Welcome back, friends. It's Anders, and we're back. Last week, I was not here because I was off in Scotland. Many of you know that, and I thank you for being here today. It was my first time going to Scotland. We were all over the Highlands and out to Isle of Skye, and we drank all kinds of Scotch from all over the country. Today, we are making the Morning Glory Fizz, which is a Scotch-based cocktail because it's been on my mind. And this is a really easygoing Scotch cocktail. It's been around for a long, long time. Initially, it was actually a hair the dog cocktail. You know, if you had a night out drinking the next morning, you're a little hungover, you're supposed to have another drink. So this is a nice morning Scotch drink if you're looking for one. If you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button for more sips, tips, and recipes, and let's go make the Morning Glory Fizz. To the bar. This drink is extremely old. It dates back to the 1800s. It is among some of the earliest mixed drinks. In the 1880s, it was already in a number of different cocktail books. It was in New and Improved Bartender's Manual by Harry Johnson. There was the Modern Bartender's Guide. There was How to Mix Drinks. So clearly this was a pretty well-known cocktail. In fact, the style of drink, a fizz, was pretty popular back then. A fizz is more or less a sour style cocktail with bubbly water. Those bubbles make it fizz. Now, you do have different types of fizzes. You have the Diamond Fizz, which calls for bubbly wine instead of bubbly water. You've got the Royal Fizz, which calls for a whole egg. The Golden Fizz, which calls for an egg yolk. And then a Silver Fizz, which calls for egg white. Technically, the drink that we're about to make is a Silver Fizz because it has egg white in it. Now, if you don't want to use egg white, then try it with aquafaba. I think it's going to be very good. Now the booze. All right, here we go. For this recipe, we'll need Scotch, absinthe, fresh lemon juice, fresh lime juice, simple syrup, and an egg. The base is Scotch. I'm using Aberfeldy 12-year, which is a single malt Highland Scotch. This is the base whiskey that makes up Dewar's. Oz and I went to the distillery. It was a lot of fun. We tasted some good whiskeys. This one in particular is very mellow, very approachable, works really well in this cocktail. This is available here in the States. You can get it at many liquor stores. You can get it on Curiata. Onto the absinthe. This is really big in flavor and we're using just a small amount because we're gonna use this as an accent in the drink. Some people will rinse the inside of the glass. Some people will mist it over the top because it is such a strong flavor, but we are going to mix into the cocktail a small amount. Citrus, we've got two here. We've got fresh lemon and fresh lime. I've made this with just lemon, it's very good, but I do like a little bit of lime in there too. Simple syrup, this is semi-rich, 1.5 parts sugar to 1 part water. Homemade, I made it myself. You can too, it's really simple. And then we have the egg. We're just using the egg white. If you want to go egg-free, then like I mentioned earlier, try it with aquafaba, in which case I would use 3/4 of an ounce. Let's build. Oh, I forgot to mention soda water. Yes, bubbly water. I'm using Topo Chico. I'm not sponsored, but I like using Topo Chico because it has very aggressive bubbles. And we're just using a little bit, so I want those bubbles to stand out. Now, you could use seltzer, you could use soda water. They're all acceptable for this application. But do have some bubbly water, otherwise it's not a fizz. And an orange or a lemon. And get your glassware chilled. Now we can start making this cocktail. Into a shaking tin. Let's start with the egg white. 1 egg white. And to that we can add 2 ounces of Scotch, 3/4 of an ounce of simple syrup, 3/4 of an ounce of fresh lemon juice, 1/4 of an ounce of fresh lime juice, and then finally 1 bar spoon of absinthe. This is gonna be about 5 milliliters, so if you have a really large bar spoon, don't use the whole bar spoon. Now we can dry shake. So this is going to emulsify that egg white, get it nice and frothy, get a good seal on here, shake it hard for about 10 to 15 seconds or so. Now we can add ice and shake. A wet shake. I'm only adding 4 decent sized ice cubes here. I don't want to over dilute this because we are going to be adding a little bit of soda water as well, but I do want to keep agitating this cocktail. So, and we can really shake this. 15, 20 seconds until your arm falls off, however long you want to shake this, but we want to keep that nice and fluffy, get it cold and slightly dilute it. Again, shake away. Sorry, I need to catch my breath. Get your cold highball. I'm using this baby highball glass. This is perfect for, I actually went out and bought this glass for this cocktail. You don't have to do that, but I really like it in a smaller vessel. So first things first, grab your cold bubbly water and we're gonna pour in maybe an ounce on the bottom, 3/4, say 1 ounce. And now slowly double strain the cocktail into the glass. There's no rush. We don't want this to foam over. If you have to stop, that's okay. It does help to take little breaks, let that foam settle. Give it a little tap. The final bit, expressed orange oil across the top. If you have a lemon oil works too, but I like a nice citrusy nose as you go in for a sip. You could even garnish this with a cocktail cherry, up to you. There it is, the Morning Glory Fizz. Cheers. Hello, Oz.
Hello? Hello!
I'm gonna let you have first sip. Would you like a straw? So
I don't know what is the right way to do this.
I like drinking it without the straw and drinking it through the foam. However, if you do want to get the stronger flavor up front, then you're gonna want a straw to pull from the bottom.
Okay, I'll do both. How about that?
Okay, cheers.
Now the straw.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah, different experience. Through the foam is more fun, and you get a texture element, but then you get a different, like it's just more flavor
Right.
with the straw, because you're getting the
Yeah.
essence of the cocktail.
This is one that you want to drink relatively quickly so that it maintains the bubbles and the foam just doesn't become this sad thing on top. Cheers. I really like that. Yeah, I mean, you've got Scotch and absinthe are big flavors, but this really is very subtle. You notice all the components.
It's very delicate.
It is. Does it remind you of Scotland?
No,
not at all.
No, not at all.
We were drinking
We were
whiskey
just drinking
neat.
Yeah, we were just drinking whiskey, which I thought was appropriate.
The best part about coming back was seeing the dog, and then out of excitement, she jumped into my head and broke my glasses. I have a backup pair.
Yeah, well, it was cute. It was worth it. It was worth it.
Thank you for watching. Hope you try this cocktail. Let us know if you do. Don't forget your merch. Link in the description down below. I will see you next time. Cheers.
Cheers. Goodbye.
I think I have orange oil in my eye. Don't cry, Anders. Don't do it.